Alright mate, yeah, let's have a look here. You're looking for long-term positions on INJ. Yeah, I agree with you on this, that it should be a good coin going into the bull market. Absolutely fantastic strength. Coming out of the bear market, it's definitely been a market leader. My computer's running slow here. I need to restart probably after I make this video. Yeah, there's definitely something very interesting. This is a large move right back up. It's holding pretty well. It is almost kind of building, I don't want to say a Bitcoin type pattern, but there's an element to say that there's a kind of a giant bullish sort of pattern here. I think I would prefer it not to try and break out here. I would prefer rejection here, and maybe get that spike back down. If there's any sort of spike back down like Bitcoin got in the COVID crash, then it sets it up for a moon. Okay, where would I like to buy it? I would like to buy it below here, and I would like to buy it below these first lows. Bitcoin done something very similar. Bitcoin pierced below these first lows, popped back down in the COVID crash, and Bitcoin actually retested the neckline. All right, see right to here. If you remember, we can go and look at it, but I'm sure you remember. But it's a very similar pattern, very similar structure, not very similar pattern. But the bottoming phase, you can see the bottoming pattern here, and this is the neckline. This is the point where the price broke out. This is where it retested right here. Let's zoom in a little bit. We retested right here, and price moved away into a bull market. It's formed, and now it's kind of retesting the downward sloping trend line. This could be a little bit choppy. Bitcoin done something similar, chopped about for a while, and then COVID crashed and pushed price right down. I don't know if we're going to get that low, but what I'm saying is below this first low. You're asking me where would I want to be buying? I would want to be buying kind of right here, below that $5.24. May take some patience. $8 here now, but I agree with you. I'm full agreement that I think this is going to be a very good coin going forward. Now, very very quickly, we'll just look at Bitcoin here. You can kind of see, when it came back up there, it rejected, and we'll call this the first low. There's an element to say that the first low was up here, but what I'm saying is, if you had bought Bitcoin in here, right, below that first major low, somewhere in here, whatever, even in here, whatever way you want to draw that, it's below the red 200 moving average right here, in that bit of a pullback. You would be fairly happy here or here, because that was the breakdown before the breakout. Now, if you're actually trying to nail the lows, well, if we actually get back to this point, right, if we actually get back there, I don't know if INJ can get back there, but you can see that we retested the highs, retested the highs of the pattern, retested the highs of the breakout point, which is the scene of the crime. That is where price originally broke out from. Market makers love to bring the price back down there somehow. Does it always get there? No, but if it does, it's usually a fantastic place to be buying. That way it's ran all the stops from this entire move, and only these people down here in the base have not got their stops run from this drop here. But the problem is, when you're in such severe chop, all of this chop takes out people's stop losses anyway. So there's not many stops left down here, and it's only the very very few people that had a stop loss down here. Most people probably had stop losses pretty tight in this range and got stopped out. So very few stop losses would not have got a run in this entire market maker move. But anyway, you can see that the buy point was down here, and if you caught the lows, that's a good place to add. And in theory, then you wait for the push back up. This is the spring back up. This is the the clear out, the spring back up, and then the retest in the bull market. So back to INJ here. It's not an identical pattern, but there is the real possibility. Bitcoin did chop about up here in this sort of area for a long period of time, and eventually rolled over. If you had the patience, you could have caught it down here, and even very luckily caught it down here. You don't need to catch it on the very lows to do very well, but if you got it down here at $4, that's a 50% discount, so that would be fantastic. I don't know if it can get down there, but that's where I would be wanting to pick it up. If I see it down there, and especially if I see it back down here, I would love to buy it down there. So that's kind of my thought process. I don't like buying it here. Bitcoin's into that highs. I would like to see a pullback in Bitcoin to be loading up on altcoins, like to be adding to my positions. I already have decent bags, but would I like to kind of lower the average on them? Of course. If I don't get to lower the average, well, so be it. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But this has had a beautiful run. I agree with you fully that this should be a big coin going into the next bull market.